But borrowing a phrase from revered Swami Ranganathananji, it's all watering the leaves without the roots. Because as long as the fragmented, materialistic, anthropocentric worldview persists, sustainability is a far-fetched dream in letter and spirit. It is only through dharma that sustainability can be achieved in its essence. And when I say this, I am conscious that this cradle of dharma, where dharma nurtured this Bharat, India, is suffering from so many problems, social, political, all kinds of it. Ecological, because sustainability is attributed to ecological sustainability more. The national capital of India has become a gas chamber because of pollution. Adulteration in food is a norm and purity is an exception. Judicial delays are high. Corruption is a norm. We know everything. And being aware of that, still we claim that it is dharma alone which can show the path of sustainability and harmony to the world. But then why Bharat is facing all this? Bharat is facing all this because the lens of dharma has long been renounced from the social public lens of Bharat. To give an analogy, what has happened is that we have borrowed certain reindeers from the sleigh of Santa Claus and tied it to our Pushpak Viman. And now we are expecting why Ram is not coming, why Ram Rajya is not coming. We have applied a lens of development, of sustainability, of progress, which is alien to us. And now we are expecting development through that lens. There's a beautiful paper, very small paper, but beautiful. 1931, a lecture was given by K.C. Bhattacharya. And that paper is called Swaraj in Ideas. That's a must read. That gives an explanation why dharma, despite having this profound idea of dharma, we are not progressing, because the lens of our idea is not our own. It's not endogenous. It's not indigenous. I'll just give 2 examples and then we'll conclude. 2 examples of how the lenses, social lenses, public lenses, policy lenses which we are applying in Bharat do not suit us. First example will be from economics. Second will be from law, and I'll be mindful that I don't speak much on law. So, economics. The current model of economics, the capital-centric model of economics, which is prevalent all over the world, including our side of the globe. So here, the wealth is material, money-centric than value-centric. Now let's take one illustration. Let's say I am a computer scientist trained in some XYZ Ivy League college, and I am appointed as an assistant professor in our university. I teach very delicately. I produce papers, I produce good scholars, and I draw a salary of 12 lakh rupees per annum, 1.2 million rupees per annum. So, according to the prevalent lens, my contribution to the national income, which is an indicator of progress and wealth, would be 1.2 million rupees. Now, I find the environment very conducive for my practices. I'm impressed. After 2 years, I decide to become a monk. Now I am at the same place, doing the same job, maybe in a better manner. Maybe I am producing more research. I am producing better scholars. Because now Swarth is not there. I am working, I am teaching in the service, in the spirit of service. But since I am a monk, I am a brahmachari, so I don't draw any salary. So according to this lens, despite creation of value, my contribution to the national income and to the wealth would be nil. So this is the pragmatic view. One example from the economics. How Indian lens, the Bharatiya lens, is value-centric rather than capital-centric in the sense of wealth. Second, and I'm conscious of time, and I'm also conscious that it's law, so I may go on, but just a few examples from law. How the lens of law, which we have adopted, doesn't suit us, and we need a dharmic alternative to the lens of law. In 1976, through the 42nd Amendment, a word was inserted in the preamble, two words were inserted in the preamble of Constitution, the secularism and socialism. Now, this word secularism, which means that there could be multiple paths, one of the meaning, multiple paths of your worship, and state won't interfere with that. And state won't have any official endorsement to any of these paths. Now, this word was added. Now, most of the 42nd Amendment was repealed by 44th Amendment, but the word remained. Now, when it was decided to translate this word into Hindi, secularism becomes dharma nirapekshata. We know, in the model of dharma, it accepts plurality. There could be multiple paths of relationship between Jiva and Jagadish. But they say dharma nirapekshata. Ideally, it could have been pantha nirapekshata, which is already there in dharma. But it becomes dharma nirapekshata. Now, you see the irony. A bench sits, let's say, of Supreme Court, and there's a motto of Supreme Court behind them. It's written. What is written? Yata dharmo tata jaya, yato dharmas tato jaya. Where victory is, where dharma is. And judges are interpreting its dharma nirapekshata. And it goes, in fact, what is the result of applying wrong lens or wrong understanding of the lens? Is one example. Emergency is declared, fundamental rights are suspended. Many habeas corpus applications are filed, and there is an argument that every person has a right to life granted by Article 21 of the Constitution. Matter goes to the Supreme Court, clubbing all the petitions from the High Court. A question is raised before the Attorney General. Suppose if a person is detained without any reason and he is not given any food, he is deprived of the basic necessities of life, will he still have no right to life? The answer comes no. And this answer is accepted by 4 judges out of 5. that right to life is derived from that very constitution. That article, that's all. It was only one judge, Justice